Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 9 things that I stopped buying to make more money in 2024. I really believe money is there to enjoy. I do not believe in hoarding. Any time that we can find any way to live within our means, we put ourselves in a position where we can invest for our future, know that we're making sensible long-term decisions, and know that we're bringing more security. As I talk through the 9 things that I've stopped buying to make more money in 2024, cutting back on all of these 9 things has left me with so much more money, and you'll be surprised how much you'll still make while still enjoying life for way less. Let's dive in. Number 1 is overpriced brands. Everybody's been through that experience where you're shopping for designer brands, or you can see on social media everybody's buying designer brands. Everyone's been through that experience where as we start to earn money, we start to wonder whether we can afford the more quality brands, the more designer brands that we see so many people strive to succeed to achieve. I went through this in many phases of my career when I started to do incredibly well and I began to invest in more designer products. As time went on, I slowly started to realise that there really was no difference between these designer brands, me wearing these designer brands to look a certain way or feel a certain way, and I quickly began to realise that the perception of wearing designer brands and the person who I am is far more important than the money that we put into these designer brands. The best thing that I would advise is, if there is one designer product that you really want to work towards, use that as an incentive to motivate you, but on the whole, do not fear any missing out of buying designer brands. Oftentimes, even when we've made these purchases, we realise that as soon as we purchase it, there are so many more enjoyable experiences that could have been had with the price tag attached to that designer brand. Number 2 is transport. I am somebody that has lived in so many cities while studying for my bachelor's, while studying for my master's, and in my career. And the luxury of this is living in cities always provides really positive connections when it comes to public transport. Another token item people tend to rush to get into is buying a vehicle. Of course, why not strive to buy an incredible vehicle and work hard so you have something to work towards? It's all about trying to assess what is important to you. If you're somebody that appreciates flexibility and you're somebody that can use public transport and actually save in comparison to a one-off purchase of an incredibly expensive vehicle, then think twice and know that that money can go towards saving and investing for the future. Number 3 is buying products in bulk. We all know that obviously when there are offers on, we feel tempted to stock up on the products that we know that if we buy those in bulk, we've got a better chance of potentially saving money. The catch is, when we have products stocked up that we've stored in bulk, we actually end up using more of those items and we end up going through them quicker because we know they're easily accessible and convenient. Again, I am a proponent of being able to shop wisely and utilise some of the offers and the money saving that come with buying in bulk. It's always about assessing what would be the usage if you didn't buy this item in bulk. Would you actually potentially use that item less, actually buy less, and as a result end up spending less? It's about being able to weigh that up. Number 4 is being able to pause before buying. In my previous video, where I attach a link here, I discussed that I naturally pause before buying because I utilise cashback websites. Taking this one step further, if you can try and pause at least 48 hours before making any purchases, alongside checking to see whether any purchases are on cashback websites, you're in a win-win situation because you'll truly know that it's not emotion or impulse leading you to buy anything. You're in a stronger position to know that you're not just making that purchase because you've seen somebody else purchase this or you've seen it online. It's really putting the power back in your hands to have a staple rule that whenever you purchase anything that you don't normally purchase, wait at least 48 hours to see if you still want that item. I can guarantee that 9 times out of 10, just slowly adding that pause will 1, make you feel more in control, and 2, make you feel more empowered whether you choose to make that purchase or not, which means you'll enjoy it more, you'll appreciate it more, and as a result you'll appreciate the saving or the investment more of not buying that item should you choose not to. Number 6 is high maintenance treatments. Growing up as somebody that has seen so many high maintenance treatments available, such as hair, laser treatments, nails, luckily I was never necessarily the person that really splurged out on these kinds of maintenance treatments. The one thing that I would always splurge out on was getting my hair dyed, and there was a phase where I would continuously treat myself by getting my hair done in a really fancy place. As time went on, and in my late 20s, I'd begun to learn more about holistic well-being and began to live more of a chemical-free life. I now opt for a natural hair dye, which I can do myself, and I don't really expose myself to things like nail varnishes as such. I don't have a practice where I constantly get my nails done or my eyelashes done or anything like this, and I naturally tend to find that of course I spend less than what it would take to keep up these high maintenance habits, and I generally prefer the natural holistic approach. If you're somebody that's got into one of these habits because it's the first time you're learning to take care of yourself and you're splurging out on some high maintenance treatment, then enjoy that phase, because it's oftentimes linked to being able to work hard to look after ourselves. It's just about, again, balancing what kind of treatments are really important to you, what makes you feel like you really need these treatments, and if you can opt for a natural, more chemical-free option, which is often who we are in our natural state, go for it, because as you get older you begin to appreciate the time and money saved by not necessarily having to keep up these kind of treatments. Number 7 is shopping for the updated versions of technology. I really remember growing up, every single year I would want the latest phone, the latest upgrade, and I'd constantly want to keep up with technology. As I got older and I became financially responsible for myself, I then began to appreciate slowing down and only getting updates when I actually needed them. A common example of this is the laptop that I've used. I've always invested in Microsoft products because I've always loved the brand. I'll attach a link to the laptop that I use in the description below. I'm only on my 2nd ever Microsoft laptop purchase, and that speaks volumes for shopping for the better quality, so you're actually having to upgrade that product less and less. We'd all love to get the latest iPhone every single year, we'd all love to get new gadgets every single year, but it's about actually questioning how many updates have actually changed, and oftentimes the software updates provide you with the same experience without making you feel like you constantly need to keep up with spending money. Number 8 is shopping in sales and discounts. Every single person is naturally wired at this point to only shop when there's a sale or only shop when there's a discount. Over the last decade or so, we're so primed to receiving emails in our inbox every single morning that we're so used to just shopping because we've seen a discount or we know that an item's on sale. Again, having healthy practices such as a budget and financial planner, which I'll attach here, these kind of practices really help you break down your weekly expenses, your monthly expenses, your quarterly expenses, and puts you in a position where again, you're in control of your finances. When you utilize these kinds of methods, not only do you stop the sales shopping and the discount shopping, it puts you in a position where you are far more in control, you're far more empowered, and again, you're likely to reach your savings and investment goals much quicker to be able to be financially free. Number 9 is shopping fast fashion. Again, when I had my first job when I was 16, one of the things I was most excited to do was essentially be able to buy my own clothes more, shop the products that I really liked, and actually began keeping up with some of this fast fashion. As time's gone on, and again going through the phase of buying designer goods, I'm far more likely now to shop the key pieces in really quality brands as opposed to keeping up with some of the fast fashion. My wardrobe is pretty minimalist. I wear the same outfits again and again, and when there's a special occasion, I look forward to making key purchases. And outside of this, I know that everything I wear is likely to be a long-term product that I can wear again and again. For anybody to be successful in life, one of the key strategies is being able to make less decisions. So by disengaging in some of these fast fashion practices, you're actually putting yourself in a position where you're far likely to become more and more successful because you're preserving your mental energy for working towards your goals. If you have any ideas on how to spend less and save more in 2024, please pop those in the comments below. Remember, please click like, click subscribe, and I'll attach a link here to the 10 ways you should be saving in 2024. I'll see you there.